Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Blot Spot. I'm excited to see you. I'm Ben Lott. Yes. Taking a bit of a break from streaming for a week because, well, I wasn't feeling 100%, and also I was dealing with a lot of frustration after the Golden Gauntlet. Really got up in my own head because I streamed that and did really poorly, and so it kind of caught up to me, got me thinking I wasn't a very good player, all that kind of stuff. Really self-defeating mindset, and got away from the reason that I stream as opposed to, I don't stream because I'm great at Marvel Snap. I stream because I enjoy the game, because I find it to be a very fun game. And so that's what I want to get back to. I want to get back to the core of why I even started this channel, was because I want to just have fun playing Marvel Snap. And so in order to do that and get back to what I really enjoy about this game, I've got some gold tickets just burning a hole in my pocket for the conquest. And so I think for today's lunch, we're going back to random auto decks to see if we can win an infinite ticket with random decks, randomly generated decks, I should say, as opposed to just, trying to find what the best deck is. I find this fun. I'm going to hopefully have a good time. Hopefully, this will be fun to watch. We will see how things go. But as some of you may know, some of you have been here before when I've done this, I have this card randomizer that picks three. The first card will be the first round of the golden ticket. The card I will use second round, third round. And that's the way we're going to make this run for a infinite ticket. So I'm going to click this pick three button. It's going to refresh, give me three new names. Those are the three decks I have to use in this run. So, clicking the button, run script. We've got Ms. Marvel, Fire Lord, and the newly buffed Magus. So hopefully we'll get there, but I don't know. Fire Lord's not a very good card, and Ms. Marvel's not in the best place right now. But we're going to give it a try. We're going to drag that over here, and we're going to go straight into our deck creator here. I've got it open already. To Ms. Marvel, we're going to auto deck, and this will be the deck we take. It's an Arishem deck. Interesting. Arishem's actually a really good deck to take into Conquest, so this could go well for us. Let's jump straight into this Conquest Gold ticket. I got 6 of them. So if we have some failures, we still got plenty to fill this lunch hour. Let's jump straight in with our first match with the Auto Ms. Marvel deck. Wow, if no one else is playing Conquest, what's going on here, folks? Okay, more than 30 seconds. We're going to do the close and retry. Kind of kick Marvel Snap server. Try to restart its process here. There's got to be someone playing Conquest. Come on. Come on, Snap. There we go. E. Frank is our opponent. Arishem, take the wheel. Okay. We're playing some type of discard deck. I think we'll do the Pixie situation. Why in the world does this Auto Ms. Marvel deck have a domino in it? What kind of stupid deck is this? Nice Colleen Wing. I don't know why they did the brains outline, but I like the variant. Alright, we got Pixie. Let's go Galacta. Bye, Domino. Not that I care. Domino can go away, and I will not care one bit. All right. Well, I'd like the major victory, but just because I'd like having those cards to play. But I think we need to go Hellion just so we can potentially move some cards into Mojo World and have the potential to do some good stuff that way. Kill Pixie, please. Thank you. Okay. Well, I think we go Mercury and your victory. I'm going to choose not to move Galacta just because having the Mercury get buffed is helpful. This is going to make Mockingbird only 3, and then I can potentially play something that came from Major Victory. I think we got a reasonably good chance. What is E. Frank doing here? Calling Wing, more swarms. Swarms up the wazoo. Comes in our Gambit, of course. Alright. So if we go Mockingbird and Drax there, we don't have enough power left to do Rocket. This could be a bit of a problem. That wins mid. Problem is they're going to destroy one of those two cards. So I really need to compete for the left. But Drax only gets to be 9 power, which only ties them. I think we retreat right now. The cloning bats giving them the ability to gambit multiple times kind of made that a little more difficult. So they should have snapped earlier, honestly. Stupid Domino. What a stupid auto deck to have Domino in there.
Right on time.
So weird. Put the Ms. Marvel down. And we'll say goodbye to Mockingbird, probably. Yep. Who's the one you actually want? Okay. If we play both these right now, we will have extra power moving forward. So I think that's a smart play. Alright, we're snapping here because this looks much better for us. We can kill the Dracula right now, and then we can Fin Fang Boom something on the last turn. Cosmic Ghost Rider to kill the Dracula. Hang in there, you Frank. I could use the cubes here. There we go. That's one lane one. Now I just need to win another. It's fine. I'm still winning that lane. The only way I don't win that they can't play Meek and get Meek to move in the same turn. So I've won that lane for sure. I feel like rather than play the Ms. Marvel situation, we just Fin Fang Foom in mid and win the mid. I feel like that's just too much power for them to compete with. Cosmic Ghost Rider really came in clutch there. I feel like I'm gonna say every turn too. The fact that Domino is in the deck is so dumb. Okay.
What are the odds?
Well, here's the thing. Early Casanova feels good. You know, the earlier you get down Cassandra Nova, the better she is. Because I'm hitting 7 cards in their deck right now. Like if they don't have Swarm in their hand yet, that's turning their Swarm into 2 power. Right? Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so we go... we go Man-Thing just for the extra power, I feel like. And then we're going to try to fill this left lane so that Thing can potentially kill Dracula. Or do we just fill the mid and just give up on the Dracula lane? Let them have that. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Okay. Well, this changes things a little bit because now I don't want the Thing there for sure. But do I... Yeah, the Dracula is what's bugging me about that. Maybe we just avoid that lane altogether. We'll see. We may just say that lane is a no-go. Okay. Up a big old Galactus first steps. Let's snap. They got 2 power swarms. Yeah, they're gonna move and make it 5 power, but that I still feel like we've got this. Oh, if not for Camelot, that would have been great. The Lady Deathstrike would have been amazing. Ugh. I do not like the fact that do we trust this 30 to win the right lane? I don't know if we do. I guess we have to. We got to count on the 30 to win right lane. They don't have the Modoc, so they can't like wipe their hand and do a whole bunch of discarding on this last turn. They can 5 over, that gets into not 19 because of Man Thing. So they're gonna compete mid. All we gotta do is mid. Within killing something, I feel like we gotta oof! Forgot about Gambit. Okay, we can afford to lose that one, I think. Absolutely. 4 cubes. Alright. Thank you, Erisham. Saving us here. a very useful domino card. I feel like we've got their number here. I feel like we need snap. Yes, they have a gambit, but we can blow up the center lane. They just can't go as tall as us in that center lane with Shuri's Lab. And if Los Diablos base doesn't hit bar with no name, then we don't have to compete for that either. Okay, well, we got to figure out which other lane we're going to win, but with Blob, Fin Fang Foom, I'm not too worried. Oh my goodness, we got Zola. We got Zola, folks. We've so won this hand. We got to go the 20 power, which will become 40 power Galactus first stabs. You got to do that. And I don't think they can play that much power in that lane. Do we Zola? Or do we Fin Fang Foom and hope that Gambit doesn't kill one of those two cards? Because you know it's Gambit. It's all about the Gambit. That's what it is. I feel like because Zola adds two more cards to the board, Fin Fang Foom's only adding one. I feel like this is better odds for us, so we just go that route.
Hail Hydra!
And we hit the Galactus first steps. Crazy good luck.
Victory!
Sorry, folks, I got a message about work. That's the only reason I was leaning over here. Sorry. For work, we have a couple of websites that have to do multi-factor authentication, and it's and that means it's got to send a message to my phone. And so if someone needs to get logged in, I have to provide that. I'll check that. So I may have to lean over one more time if she didn't get that code typed in fast enough. All right. So we won with the auto-generated Ms. Marvel deck, which really wasn't that good if it didn't have Arishem. The fact that Arishem made it a good deck, it had the ridiculousness of. So for the second one, what we were assigned to do is win with Firelord auto deck. I'm not sure how this is going to work. It's a discard deck? Does Firelord work with discarded cards? Oh, it does. I did not know that. Okay, fun. This will be fun. I'm not sure she got in. She's not confirming. I apologize. It's very frustrating for me. Here's a new one. New code. Hopefully she can get in with that one. So this is news to me. Like I guess I've never read Fire Lord. I just always tried him in destroyed decks. I've never tried him in discard deck. This is fascinating to me that he works in discard decks. So let's see if we can do this. All right. I think we destroy Victoria Hand right away. I think we do not delay. We don't take any chances. We just get that Victoria Hand out of here before they can duplicate it. Also discarding Khonshu. Great discard the Gambit. And friggin' nothing. I should have snapped before I locked in that turn. And now we've discarded Weapon H as well. Holy smokes, this hand is going so well for us that they are going to retreat before we get a chance to get more than one Q. Yeah. Yeah, we needed that to go a slightly different way, and I should have snapped before I locked in the... Yeah, that was dumb. This is a brand new Blade variant just got. I did not even know this Blade variant existed. Like, I've not seen it in game. And I love it. I really like it. So I put the gold, what was that called? Gold metallic behind him just because I thought it looked good. Along with the red mat border just felt appropriate. So I think this is the kind of discard deck I love, where it's like you can just discard because it's designed to bring stuff back. So you can just don't have to wait for the right card to discard or anything like that. Just go for it. I'll use your Mother Scani. Sure. Well, Swordmaster's not doing much right now, so I'm gonna play him for power hiding in Dark Dimension. Holy smokes, we're snapping again. Iron Man, you kidding me? Boy, it's really tempting to just bring back Gambit now. I could just bring back Gambit right now, blow something up. But they have priority. Or do we get the Ghost Rider so we can bring back multiple things? I don't think we have multiple things to bring back. Let's just do the Gambit situation and blow something up. Oh, they're gonna do their Gambit. Interesting. Okay, fine. Be that way. I'll bring my Gambit back and I'll blow your stuff up. I don't know if they were gonna use that Magus. That's fine by me. And I have a discarded card, so I will just play that. Bring back their Scani. Not sure it's going to do us much good having two weapon H's at 6 cost, but hey, we could play one of them. It's a card that's guaranteed not to get hit by Gambit. And I feel like, you know what? I feel like I got enough power in Dark Dimension to win it. So I feel like I want to stick with this. So let's just drop Weapon H, because we got nothing to resurrect with Khonshu. So just drop that big old Weapon H and... Oh, they didn't even use their Gambit. So we won by a lot.
Victory.
This is a fun deck. I kind of like it for an auto Fire Lord discard deck. It's not too shabby. World, okay. Well, Morbius. Ah, crap! They got our Gambit. Always assume the worst, that they got our Gambit. I think because we know they're playing a Gambit and we have a Gambit, I feel like we don't count on Mojo World, so we play for the other locations. Okay. Yeah, you didn't paint Asteroid M. That was your choice. So I discard Gambit's in my discard pile. So right now I could bring him back with Fire Lord. Or with Khonshu. No, I like this. I like this because it's going to discard one of those two cards and it almost fills us there, and then it really puts the pressure on them. So I'm snapping.
Opponent snapped.
I don't have a discarded card to resurrect. Okay. I don't have any more discarded cards to resurrect. They think we're going to play hard for left, right? Correct? Because we tried to fill it. So I'm. Let's take the gamble. Kill something on the left. No! Kill something on the left. There you go. Oh my goodness. I tell you guys, this Gambit deck is the most toxic thing in Marvel Snap right now. It's not the best deck, but it is so vile. I genuinely find myself disliking the people who are playing it because it is so, it's worse than Machine Gun Gambit. Machine Gun Gambit is, it's a meme. It's like it's silliness. It's not very reliable. It's kind of clunky. But when you can pull it off, hey, you pulled it off. But this is more reliable and it's just more evil because it's basically let me clear off all your little stuff so then my gambit can just kill all your big stuff. And that's just ugh, icky, for lack of a good word. Oh, Ghost Rider.
I'm coming for you.
Thank you.
Oh, snap.
I'll just snap again. I mean, I'm not going to be able to play that unless you take your entire turn 6 to play it. Have they played any created cards yet? No. So we'll just do that, 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 and we'll hope it works. Thank you. All right, we took 4 more cubes off them. They're down to 1. We'll see. They're probably going to hang because they did get 5 of us all in one go, so they're probably going to keep trying. We have never drawn Colonel America. We played like uh 1, 2, 3, like 5 hands now, and we have yet to draw Colonel America at all. Didn't even realize that, to be honest with you. So ironically, we're going to struggle just a little bit more with this deck that I think is actually a fun, cool deck that's actually kind of good. Kind of good. And we sailed with what I thought was a bad deck for the Ms. Marvel auto deck simply because it was included some dumb cards. But we succeeded because it had Airship. Can't get Weapon H too cheap because then they'll Mirage Weapon H. Hey, look, Colonel America. I was just talking about you. But I think we could do him, discard him one more time without risk. We just need to keep Blade or Morbius, and Morbius is a fine one to keep in hand. If we keep Morbius in hand, it makes it so their Mirage can't get Weapon H. Never mind. I guess we got to keep Blade in hand so they can't get Weapon H. My phone is blowing up right now. He'll resurrect Morbius. I don't need to resurrect Morbius this turn. Yeah, let's. Let's resurrect Morbius this turn. We're gonna lose Blade one way or the other to Zombie Power Man, so.
Coming for you.
Okay, they played the Mirage. So they got the Blade. We can safely discount Weapon H a little more before this final turn, so we get a really cheap Weapon H. So I think the play right now is play Colonel America. That'll let Zombie Power Man turn Weapon H into a 1 cost. They haven't put down the Gambit yet. I think this is the way to go. There's there's no way they can win that right lane, right? They don't have a single card that can live in that right lane. Unless they get Nico. If they get Nico with the location changer spell. Oh no, they've already played Nico. When they played her, what was her power? Did anyone pay attention to what her power was when they played her? But they played the Techno-Organic Virus after her, so it's not a location changer. So they do have Scarlet Witch. Okay, we do have to keep in mind to have Scarlet Witch. So because of that, we got to play to possibly win the left lane as well. We have to play as if we need to win the left lane. So we're going to drop Weapon H over there and Fire Lord in mid. Yep, they got the Scarlet Witch. Shoot. They got us. I needed to go really big and left. I need to really play as though, yeah. Mental error, mental error. I wish I had one of these threes discarded, then I would have had the opportunity to bring it back with Fire Lord and Dark Dust Domain or whatever, so that I would have had a little more power over there. Interesting. Swordmaster on Kamartaj followed by Firelord on Kamartaj makes that a very big lane. Ooh. Yeah, let's go this route. I like it better. Just don't want to lose Colonel. Oh, I could have lost Colonel America. I didn't think about that because I could have brought him back. This was not the smart play. Oh, how many gambits are they going to get? All right. They're obviously making a lot of copies of either Victoria Hand or Gambit. They're going to keep doing that. I will assume. The Swordmaster thing. Hopefully he discards Weapon H1. Nope.
Face the might of Asgard. Mjolnir. Mjolnir.
That's a choice. Okay, so we got lots of gambits coming down. That's fine. It's got two more of those, so we're gonna lose those two cards. we need Fire Lord. We are going to be in desperate need of Fire Lord right now. Do we? Yeah, let's bring them both back. Let's do it.
Mjolnir, to me! I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Didn't think about that. The Green Goblin was going to stay on our side, but okay. That's fine. Um, we cannot play Khonshu because Khonshu will then, or play Blade because then Khonshu will go bye-bye. It's fine. They're going to destroy 3 more cards.
Mjolnir, to me!
Those are all destroyed. I have no discarded cards, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Escaped!
Yep, I think we're going to lose strictly because they're playing the most toxic deck currently in Marvel Snap. Does that one look more like a middle finger? I don't know what they got there. We have to assume they got our Gambit because that's just the way my life flows. We have to assume. Okay, a little Khonshu action brings back one of those cards, all of which are good cards. Hey, this time they're actually going to try to get more power on the board than us, as opposed to just trying to destroy our side of the board. What an interesting idea. Don't know what will resurrect, but they're both good, Morbius and Gambit. Gambit's a little better. Oh no, Gambit's worse. Because I don't have any cards to discard. So give me my Morbius, please. Yeah, Gambit does nothing. It's just power. Hey, look at that. We beat them. The good guys win. I'm not going to delete this deck. I'm going to play this deck again. I find it fun. It was an uphill climb because of what we were playing against. So that's 2 auto decks, 2 victories. We now have to move to the third of our auto decks in order to see if we can win this gold ticket or win this infinite ticket. And the randomizer said that it is Magus. We have to do the newly buffed Magus in an auto deck for our last round. It looks like it is this new Jubilee Thanos deck I've heard about. I think Pulse Glazer just talked about this deck. I can't remember who he said originated this deck, but this deck has been going around. It is, or at least a version of this deck has been going around as a way of using Magus, especially in order to get the Jubilee, because Jubilee's the only 4 in the deck. So let's see if we can make this deck work. It sounds like a fun concept to me, and I like the idea of getting a Jubilee on the board and then drawing stones that are more and more powerful. That's kind of a cool idea.
The universe shall be set right.
And we're facing Divorced Wife. Look at that death. Isn't that great? I love it. Pick a card from their deck? No, we put down Magus. I guess it's the point of the deck, right? Alright, so then we play this turn. And we drew the Jubilee. Which is kind of a bummer, but why don't we wait? Why don't we do this and this? Yeah, there's nothing left in my deck for Magus to copy. Because we drew Jubilee just before. Well, I guess Magus could copy one of the stones. I should have activated him just to see if he'd get like Power Stone or something. Well, no, I'm not gonna get enough on board for Power Stone. So I think this is the play. We go with that. And we're gonna float one and see if we can potentially get, I don't know, one of the stones that's worthwhile. It's Power Stone. Alright, well, we're in deep doo-doo. I'm telling you, this whole deck crashed and burned on one draw of a card because I drew Jubilee instead of being able to activate Magus into being Jubilee. I don't think we're gonna win this. If they got like a Absorbing Man to copy Zombie Giant Man, We're just dead. I needed to wait so I could get the vault flipped over, or I needed the
Destiny
um,
will arrive.
space stone so I could still play Thanos over there. We'll go double surge. One of them did the on-reveal effect. Okay. Guess I'm sacrificing some stone there. Okay, the Nico is kind of huge. Ah, unless she does that. They're getting like super cheap zombie giant man or something. Probably. They snap. I'm hovering over retreat because if they snap, I'm out of here. They're thinking about it. Yeah, we'll sacrifice two. Oh, it's Venus's. Ah, tie. That close. That close. They had that space stone instead of the power stone. Would have won.
The universe shall be
Alright.
set
This
right.
deck is not feeling great right now, I'll tell you that for sure. That is a guarantee, I'll tell you. The Thanos stones are the real problem here. Like, yes, it would be cool to draw buff Thanos stones that were buffed by Jubilee, but they're also making it so I don't draw Jubilee or Magus to make the Jubilee or anything. I'm just not getting the cards I need in order to make this stuff happen, and that's problematic, I will say. We're just going to pile up that lane because it feels like the thing to do. Because I don't need any of those. Those cards don't need to be those cards once their effects have been used. Hey, Rocket Baby! Welcome! Good to see you. And we got Zombie Scarlet Witch. Need to activate that so I don't forget. I like that. I like that a lot. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Undo. I'm willing to sacrifice the agony for it to be on Reality Stone because I'm gonna get rid of that location. I need to get rid of that location before I flip it and turn it into Clintar. And we will hang on, move Jet, then Quake and Space Stone, and their Zombie Scarlet Witch is gone. Oh, this is even funnier. Oh, this is even funnier. Oh no, it's right. There's don't reveal until I'm done. Durr. Well, it's better. It's still better for me. Because I've got all those cards out there. Well, their hoard's gonna end up out there, of course. Well, that's nice, but all those cards are now just one big symbiote. Do we do the Jubilee thing? Do we try it? Let's try it. Yeah, wasn't that great. Problem is I got no tech here at all. If they play Zombie Power Man, Giant Man over in the left, which, let's be honest, 9 out of 10 times they will, they just win. Because that, yeah, I can't compete. My only shot would be if they didn't draw it. And I can't play that they didn't draw one of 5 cards. I I'm so losing to this deck. This deck is a fun idea, and I don't know who designed this deck, but if this is not, hopefully this is not the version that they actually play, because this is an auto deck. Hopefully this is not the version that the Pulse Glazer was talking about this morning on the Snapchat. Um, because this is a bad deck design. I don't like insulting another person's deck designs that much, but it has zero deck in here other than Quake, and Quake is only moderate tech. I guess Cable you could technically count as tech, but that's super iffy. Otherwise, like when I'm faced with a deck like this that is all about just building up one big horde, I have no way of stopping them. They can build up this gigantic horde, and I cannot do anything to slow them down. Hang on a second. I feel like we gotta snap anytime we get anything that's even slightly the upper hand because this deck is so bad. I just need a Shadow King, really. I mean, Shadow King hurts my deck too, but look how big this horde is already. Which means they've got at least a 17 power zombie giant man when they play that. Alright, so we're gonna push that. I think we throw down Mockingbird to try to hold that lane. Put down the Agony. Or no, let's put down the... Do we do Surge? Because we can make... Well, all we can do is make our one cheaper. I feel like we need the power on the board now. I don't think the Agony really does anything for us. Oh, if I had one more turn. Alright. I think we just go as tall as we possibly can in mid. Hang on. That's 14, 19, 23. Puts us up by 9. Okay, maybe they didn't get... Hang on, they need our verification code. Alright, well, we got 2 off divorced wife here.
Destiny will arrive.
Or is it? Okay. Okay. So we play Magus now, and then we float next turn and make him Division since we drew the Jubilee. But right now we're probably going to draw a Division just to make it more of a punch in the nuts. Yeah, it didn't. Alright. So we get the Division activating. So Magus actually does something. Just barely. Do we get two Visions rolling, or do we put down Jubilee Silver Surfer? I think we put down Jubilee Silver Surfer just so that we're getting it on the draws. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. All right, I think we do Cable and Vision. So we put more power mid, and we're potentially buffing 2 cards or 2 power on every card. The biggest problem is Thanos is kind of a dead card right now because I don't want to play him. And but I don't have other cards that are enough power. I genuinely don't know what the best thing is to do here, but I feel like Soulstone is. Do I get the Jubilee Silver Surfer buff on a card I draw from my opponent's deck, since it's still drawing technically? I do. Okay. Well, that's good to know. That would explain why Cable's even in the deck. Okay. Well, I think we go with that, that, and that, and just accept that we lose. Yeah, I could have used that Quake big time. That Quake would have been huge. Oh well, we lose. Hey, they didn't play mid. We got a very slim. Oh, we have no chance. We did not generate 30 power. We have no chance whatsoever. Got close. We got close. Hey, Hunter Killer, good to see you. Glad you are here. I'm getting smoked with this auto deck. This is the Auto Magus deck that was generated. I'm getting completely destroyed by the Zombie Horde deck because this Auto Magus deck that I have tech is sorely lacking in tech. Got some fun ways to buff some stuff, but not enough. Okay. Zombie Sentry. Woo! I took one tiny little bullet out of their gun. Well, that. Gotta hope that their horde ends up not in Sanctum. Who knows what this card is? It could be Azula for all I know. The one missing card that we don't know for their deck. Oh wait, we do know. It keeps disappearing and reappearing. Forget it. There we go. It was fun while it lasted. No reason to play that one out.
Escaped.
Well, that's it, folks. I failed miserably right up at the end. I let the stream go longer than it should have just so I could finish the gold run. Amazingly, and I know may come as a shocker to people, but with a terrible Ms. Marvel auto deck, we won the first round of that gold ticket. With a interesting but not great Fire Lord deck, auto Fire Lord deck, we won the second round of that gold ticket. But going into the third round with a Magus deck that I've heard at least exists, at least the general design of it, where the only four you have is Jubilee, so you can potentially turn Magus into Jubilee, and you also have Thanos Stones to draw with the Jubilee buff. It was an absolutely terrible matchup against the zombie deck, and so got absolutely slaughtered in the last round with what I thought could potentially be the most competitive deck. So there we go. You can never tell. So that was today's stream. I was hoping to get through more of my gold tickets. Guess I know what I'll be doing when I'm chilling on the couch tonight or whatever. I'll be playing some more gold tickets, using up those gold tickets. But I will probably save a few for future stream days. We will see. The point is, I'm glad to be back here streaming. I did have some fun today, and I discovered one deck that I genuinely want to play. If you guys weren't here for it, I am going to quickly, before I go, share this Auto Firelord deck, because if you're like me, you may not have realized that Firelord, it says discarded or destroyed. I did not realize that when I've always played him in some type of destroy resurrection deck. So this deck was genuinely a good amount of fun. And so if you have some of these cards, you don't need Colonel America. You could put in another discard card. You could put in Moon Knight. Moon Knight is actually not a bad play for this deck. Um, But otherwise, if you don't have Zombie Power Man, just put in another discard card there. These are definitely cards you can substitute for Weapon H. You don't have Weapon H, just put in APOC or something like that. There are options out there, is what I'm saying. But if you have all these cards, then definitely give it a try, because it seems like an interesting way of utilizing a Fire Lord. And it is my favorite kind of discard deck in that it makes it so you can dump just play the discard cards instead of having to wait for the right thing to be on the right hand, the correct thing to be sitting there on the right hand of your deck or hand or something like that, so that you can discard it with blade. You just play the cards, and whatever gets discarded, hopefully you'll bring it back with Ghost Rider or Khonshu or Fire Lord. Anyways, fun deck. That was the one that I would recommend if you guys want to try something fun. That was an auto fire. That was just the auto deck for Firelord. And I found it genuinely to be a fun deck, and I will be playing it some on ladder just to see if I can make anything of it. That being said, I've had a fun time with you all. I will raid into someone else who's playing Marvel Snap in case you guys want to continue watching. But thank you so much for stopping by the Blot Spot. It's been fun having you. I will get back into a regular rhythm with these and getting streaming at least a couple days a week. I hope to possibly get it to 3 days a week. I just got to work out the schedule with my wife. I was originally doing Tuesdays and Thursday nights along with Monday lunch. Monday lunch and Thursday nights are kind of locked in, other than last week. Um, Tuesday nights is kind of an iffy. No one seems to watch Tuesday nights. I don't mean to, you know, make it all about viewers or anything like that, but it seems like since every content creator is streaming on Tuesday nights, it's kind of a lame night to stream. So who knows? I may stream tonight. We will see. Either way, I'll figure out something and try to get on a more regular rhythm so that you guys can catch some of these streams, and I can go back to just having fun playing Marvel Snap on stream. Again, I will raid into someone else. Thanks for being here, and you take care of yourselves. Bye.